Thank you. Hi, can you all hear me okay? Okay, great. So I just read some poems and I'm so happy to see and hear everybody. It's very powerful and thanks for coming. So this call, there's such a pain in the world. Like we all stepped on a thumbtack at the same time and we can either take a step forward or a step back. But there is something in the collective paw of the world holding us up. For some it's music, for some it's a rainbow, for some it's nature, for some it's love. The world must contain wonder when it feels all the breath and wishes contain. Even a whiff of wonder at the right moment in time can do wonders living in the world. This one's called How to Stay Alive. Hold a musical note until it covers your soul. Your memory will become blurred. Loneliness is a verb. Jump into a painting now and then. Merge with an alphabet in the pages of a book. When the world becomes too much, remember the tin can line of all who have felt like that is infinite and eternal, like breath itself, reverberating on an ocean, taking in the breeze. This is called Somewhere in the Sky. What if every moment you feel something happening, someone scattering daisies and someone throwing ash? What if you feel the bones of history and the ache of the land? What if you wake up and your head is a map in a million different languages? What if you are able to eat musical notes for breakfast and symphonies for snacks? What if documentaries are written in your eyelids like rain? What if you listen to everything written with a crescendo of breath? What if everything blended technicolor wonder, but only for an hour? Would you wake up early or stay up all night in order to find it? What if your sky shimmered with glitter? What if your hemisphere drizzled with doom? A thesaurus of moments, human in nature. Would you live in the clouds or relish Earth's hue? Perhaps life is a multiple choice question, my friend. The answer's in a circle dance with no beginning or end. This is called Someday Our Peace Will Come. I wrote this for S.A. Griffin's project, The Poetry Bomb. One day, poetry dropped from the sky and the animals grew iambic pentameter tales and the people breathed in stars. One day music dropped from the sky and the architecture turned symphonic and the people breathed in harmony. One day memory dropped from the sky and the past, present, and future sifted like flour and the people breathed in wonder. Smoke and ash as distant as two sides of the same coin. And this is called Zooming Through the World. Gratitude to the events happening around the world on Zoom. Listening to readings, lectures, and concerts from all over the sphere is a wondrous thing. The logistics of turning on the computer and being in a library in Brooklyn, a museum in Portugal, a concert in Scandinavia, all is possible. Walking into Zoom is like a world encapsulated amidst the hum of time in an askew Dali universe. Melting clocks, Van Gogh skies, stars lifting their ears to whisper at us like a seashell, understanding how the world has become tiny like a thimble and large as an ocean eternity, simultaneously seeking events in connection with all the ancient and new solitude, blending in a dance, learning new steps, twirling through the hemisphere, the future wearing invisible ink, unclear and profound. Let's see. I think maybe I'll read the RBG poem. This feels right. It's hard. I just got a bunch of poems. Go, okay, whichever. It's hard. I guess I earned my nickname many times over for maybe it fits me so well. So this is for RBG. There's a flurry of judicial collars lining the clouds. Every decision and every dissent stays in the air like musical breath. With your penchant for opera, you are a fermata of wisdom. holding on through the ravages and chaos. Pioneer and epic, full of verb and mind-shattering strength, wearing resistance and resilience on your soul, supreme being, superhero, legendary icon for good. You will remain larger than life in our memories. Breathing your last breath on Rosh Hashanah is said to be the way of the righteous. You were notorious, thrilling, doing what you were put on earth to do. You leave behind stardust and legal briefs and push-ups and tenacity. You were the first in your class. You are one of a kind. You are remembered with respect. The opera glasses hang in the air, waiting for more and more and more to see how you became music. Through the sky, wisdom sings our hopes awake. Your legacy still lives on earth and every constellation that needs truth. Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, you are so dearly missed. It is now up to us to put our collars on and walk into the future with the opera whispering in our ear like a ferocious future and a crescendo. It is now up to us to sing your memory home. I don't want to read too long. Ben, I don't want to read too long.
You're fine. Keep going. Just go a few more.
Okay, and because I want to, you'll be able to still play the piece.
Yeah, a few more, and then we'll do that.
Oh, thank you. Okay, because I really don't want to over. Thank you. Okay, I'll read these two more pieces. These, I went to film school in Prague. They wrote these at the time, and they're sort of companion pieces. I wrote poems for screenplay class. That's what I did. But there's sort of, I'll go on. I heard what sounded like a song. It sounded like la. I started to hum with the knowing melody. Suddenly the voice got louder. It didn't sound like la anymore. The voice said, live. I looked around and there was Joan of Arc. She said, Leonard Cohen got me right. Music is the highest calling. She said, live. I know it's not easy being a woman who knows the difference between Gene Kelly and Gene Krupa, Miles Davis and Miles Travel. I know how men make women wear armor of all kinds. It's natural to think of blowing out your candles. When you read Tennessee Williams, many things go through one's mind. It's hard to watch angels go to bed with wings and in the morning it's ash. Dreyer got it right. The soul's in the eyes, close up. She said, I'm a trick candle. They think they extinguish me, but I never completely go out. Live. My body is not my soul. Of course not. I know martyrs from all times and seasons. We play mahjong in heaven. We read comic books. We are not 24/7 serious. That's what really scared them. Every them through history is afraid of what's brimming and can't be controlled. When she spoke, smoke came from her mouth like the grate of a Manhattan street, like a dragon. She nodded, it's my DNA now. My descendants, wherever they may be, they will recognize each other. Of course, we can tell the chain smokers from the saints. We are not naive. Everyone wants a puff of immortality without having to die. Death is a passing fancy. Still, for one glittering moment, I wanted a knight in shining armor to rescue me, like Guinevere and Lancelot, but I was King Arthur. My hands were tied. I assure you, I missed the grass I used to walk on barefoot. My feet were so much dust so quickly. I was a girl who played hopscotch. I was a girl who picked berries and had little girl crushes. I was a little girl. Live hung in the air like the notes you hear after the opera is over. The reverberations last forever. And this is the other piece that I feel like they're companionable pieces that both around the same era of that. So this is for Van Gogh. There's a man who looks like Van Gogh cartwheeling through the sky again. I said, what brings you here? He said, I get bored in heaven sometimes. Everything is taken care of, all the chocolates, all the paints, all the books, nothing on TV, of course. I want to come closer to all the scurrying people, rushing quickly as though they could outrun death. I used to take all day to feel what the peasants felt, what the crows were cawing at. Life was simpler then, but still so hard. I knew someday I'd make a living, but I didn't live to see that day. If you knew Vincent, why? Knowing and actually seeing for your own eyes, it's such a chasm. No, it's more than that. I was lonely. The colors I made, red, yellow, blue, became orange, green, purple. I could make one color disappear into another. It was seamless. I thought my loneliness was like that. Some other feelings would mix with it and I'd have serenity, but my palette was a little short. I don't know, it goes sometimes like that. I made good use of my time. I've had a long time in heaven. Vincent, are you saying this to make me feel better? Well, yes and no. I wanted to know the earth more, so I come down on the biggest playground slide God ever made and look at life each week. Once a week, I feel everything on earth as though I were still human, more than spirit. I used to come down every night. Now, once a week is all I can take. The 20th century was more than I could bear. We look at you from heaven. You're living in Guernica. Picasso agrees. We thought you'd learn from the Inquisition, the many Joan of Arcs we don't know about. We thought you'd become peaceful. When I say you, I mean your species. He spat the word and I knew exactly what he meant. World War II, we were dead. So we went to the camps to say prayers for our brethren. There are people who refuse to go back to heaven for a few years after seeing what went on there. They painted shrouds, they painted landscapes, it's crazy. It's not just cotton candy, clouds, harps, and angels. We watch you. Yep, you are our movie of the week. We don't want you more than once a week. Even the dead need peace now and then. I said, Vincent, did you ever find love? There was this day the print in my favorite book began to dance with me. I took it for love. There was this day I heard the music, the birds sang, and I became a bird, but more I became music. There were many days, yes, that love I found. Suddenly I said, Vincent, are you my guardian artist? He said, yes. He said all I needed to know. So thanks for listening, and Ben will play something. Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks.